I have nothing to say to you today because these dulce de leche blondies are speaking for themselves. So thank you for watching, goodbye. I'm just kidding with you. Like, if they could talk, they would say they are the best blondies in the world, but they can't, so I'm actually gonna talk to you. Before we get started, I have a few notes. If you are not familiar with dulce de leche, I hope I am saying it right. I am trying my best. I think it's dulce de leche. I googled this many times, but if I am saying it wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Just know I mean well in my heart, and I really appreciate dulce de leche for what it is. And that brings me to my next point. If you are not familiar with it, this is a confection from Latin America. It basically consists of a sweetened condensed milk that is slowly heated up, which causes it to caramelize, so turn into this nice dark brown color, and gives us that kind of buttery, deep, caramel-y kind of flavor. And no, dulce de leche is not the same as caramel. I personally love it even more, and it is heavenly. Whether you know what it is or not, if you do not know how to make dulce de leche from scratch, I got you. I just posted a tutorial in 30 seconds on my Instagram. I've been talking a lot, so now let's get to the close-up shot so you can learn how to make them. We're gonna kick it off with our dry ingredients. I'm just using all-purpose bleached flour, baking powder, cornstarch, and salt. Whisking that up until combined, and then moving on to our wet ingredients, we have light brown sugar and melted butter. Now here's a crucial step of the recipe. You have to whisk the butter and the sugar together thoroughly. You see how that butter is kind of pooled up on the sides right now? That's what we do not want. We want it to look like this, where it is fully incorporated and you cannot distinguish the butter from the sugar. All right, now that we've established that, add those eggs. I've got 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. Whisk that up until combined, and then add your vanilla extract. And you're good to go. Slowly fold in the dry ingredients to your wet ingredients. I did it in stages of 4. I just think this helps the butter absorb the flour, so your final result is not a super buttery pool of oil. Instead, you have an even baked good. Try to resist the urge to eat the batter, because once you start, you really can't stop. That's just a little tip from someone who's done this 8 times. Prepare a brownie pan or a square pan and put 1/3 of your blondie batter in there. Spread it out with a spatula, make sure it's all even. I feel like this is so hypnotizing to watch, so I'm just gonna let you watch this. We are going to bake this for about 12 to 15 minutes until it's almost fully baked, just like this. You see how the middle is still soft and pretty raw, but the edges are baked? That's what we want. Now we're pouring in about 1/2 cup of our dulce de leche, and we're rubbing it down. It's actually going to be incorporated with the additional blondie batter that we're about to put on top. I like to do it in sections so that I can spread it out with the back of my spatula and go to town. You see how it's kind of incorporating with that dulce de leche, but it's also creating its own layer. That's exactly what we want. And feel free to swirl into that layer underneath of it. Finish off your blondies by adding about 1/4 cup of dulce de leche on top. Once again, use a spoon or spatula to swirl that in, create that final swirl, and you're gonna bake for 35 minutes. You want the final result to look like this. You do not want it jiggly or wiggly. You want a cohesive structure with a little crackle on top. I cut these right out of the oven, so I would suggest waiting until they've set and cooled for about 30 minutes to an hour, but if you like it gooey, go for it. This is what they should look like, and you gotta find out what they taste like for yourself. All right, I've got so many of these blondies. I'm gonna eat them all. But I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you make these blondies, let me know. You can tag me on Instagram, Dining with Skyler. head over to my site or go to the description for the full-blown recipe written out for your convenience. In that blog post, I'm also gonna list off your recommendations for how to use dulce de leche. I had a lot of international followers, which makes me so happy, send me their favorite uses for it, and they are coming from all over the world, primarily South America, and we also had Belize and Cuba as well, which, I mean, I think is amazing. We all can appreciate this confection no matter where we are in the world, and I think that's what's the most important. So thank you to the inventors of dulce de leche, and thank you for watching this video. I would love any suggestions for future recipes, so you can pop them in the comments, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, put the little ding ding dong on the notification bell. You know the drill. Okay, goodbye. It's so good.